Hey folks, how you doing? I guess I better turn on some lights. It's starting to get dark. Oh, where'd my other one go? There it is. A little stand-up light. See how bright that rascal is? Gets kind of aggravating. Been doing some different reading with you, Bible reading and whatnot. Got a couple videos uploading now that I haven't been able to upload because of the poor service. Took a break from my Bible reading, but it's still out, and I want to read chapter 3 to you. That's interesting. But was checking emails and Facebook and all them good places. The FMCSA on ELDs. FMCSA, what's that? Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association. It's a federal branch that oversees us. ELDs, electronic logging devices. Long-time government supervision of trucking justifies privacy intrusion. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration filed Wednesday, June 15th, its official response to the legal challenge brought against its 2015 issued electronic logging device mandate, defending the rule against challenges to its constitutionality and saying the mandate stands up to a cost-benefit analysis. The agency filed the 60-page document on the day it was due. The deadline set by the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals, the court overseeing the case. The rule will, in short, FMCSA says, improve hours of service compliance and prevent 1,844 crashes a year and save 26 lives annually. Moreover, the agency contends its rule does not violate truckers' constitutional rights to privacy, as the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association charges in its lawsuit. Relative to ELD's potential to infringe on truckers' privacy, FMCSA argues that that's simply part of being a truck driver. Trucking has a long tradition of close government supervision, the agency says, citing its 1987 court decision, New York versus Berger. Truckers should have a lower expectation of privacy while on the job, FMCSA's lawyers argued in the brief, because trucking is such a highly regulated industry. Given that ELDs are meant to track only hours of service compliance, they infringe on truckers' rights no more than keeping paper log does, the agency argued in its court filing. The alleged infringements on drivers' Fourth Amendment protections against illegal search and seizure, which OOIDA says is inevitable with the tracking requirements spelled out in the ELD mandate rule, is one of the association's principal arguments against the ELD mandate. All truck operators, with a few notable exceptions, who are required to keep record of duty status currently will be required to use an ELD under the mandate by December 18, 2017 to track hours compliance. OOIDA's challenge, however, intends to overturn the ELD's requirement. The association successfully challenged the agency's prior mandate. Its new lawsuit will be heard by the same court that ruled to overturn the agency's 2010 published attempt at electronic logging devices mandate. FMCSA had 60 days to file a response to OOIDA's complaint, but it received a 2-week extension, giving the agency and its legal team until June 15th to file a brief with the court. The agency distilled its arguments for the mandate into 6 key points. 1. The rule was required by Congress. The agency says the mandate requires nothing further than what Congress asked of the agency, FMCSA argues. Number 2. ELDs are more reliable at tracking hours of service than paper logs and will increase compliance with hours regulations, the agency says. Number 3, the agency has shored up the trucker harassment concerns that caused the court to toss out the prior ELD mandate. Number 4, the rule will reduce crashes, according to FMCSA's cost-benefit analyst. Number 5, drivers' personal data and records are protected in a junction process, including when drivers file complaints against carriers. Number 6, ELDs do not violate illegal search and seizure protections. Oh, come on, window. Thank you. You can go back, dirty clothes. All 6 points are in response to the arguments made against the mandate by OOIDA, who says the rule violates truckers' privacy because ELDs are required to track drivers within a 1-mile radius while they're on duty. OOIDA also argues the mandate will not enhance safety, still opens the door for harassment and coercion of truck drivers, and does not adequately protect drivers' records. Well, that's about the size of it. So they're not here yet, but they're on the way. They are arguing, and you would be surprised the organizations that are backing these electronic logs. A lot of the big trucking corporations, I used to know them off the top of my head, but all these big fancy outfits that they try to make you think are your friend and looking out for you, they're not. American Truckers Association and all those they're for the companies. And what it boils down to, in my humble opinion, as long as we have small outfits, owner-operators, the true owner-operators, the little mom-and-pop outfits that move freight right on down the road, they can do the stuff that Swift, MS Carrier, JB, all them big corporations, CRST, I can go through here, Heartland Express, Gordon, Transport America, Central Express, which is Swift. All of those big companies, they have beat the rates down so bad that it's hard to make a living out here, much less for them to make a profit. So, what they want to do is they call getting a level playing field. Well, no. Speed your trucks up to the speed limit. Pay your drivers what should be paid. And charge for the freight what you should be charging. And then it's a legal level playing field. Because they chose to lower the speed of their trucks. That gets them better fuel mileage. It gets them better insurance. Most of them self-insured anyway. They lowered all of this so that they could afford to charge less on moving freight. We used to have a sticker out there. You still see it once in a while. Say no to cheap freight. Well, they're the ones that created cheap freight. And now they're whining and crying because there's some companies, big companies, not trucking companies, shipping companies, that number one, they want to know their freight stands a chance of getting there. Well, some of these companies out here, their accident rate is not good. So they're taking a gamble, just telling them to come pick up their freight. So they have lowered a lot of standards, trying to cut throat on a lot of other people. And it's worked to a large degree. But, like true Americans, we have some holdouts. And now they're trying to take them out. They've got two things in motion right now. One's this electronic log nonsense. That's so that the owner-operators and little mom and pops, they can't cheat on their logbooks. So they're trying to slow them down like that. They also have a big push going to slow down all trucks, like part of Canada has done. Part of Canada, the truck can't run over 65 miles an hour. Well, that's a crock of bull. You know? So it's these big companies, and the ones that they're paying, the big association, truck driver association nonsense, they're the ones that's in the big push for all this, trying to level the playing field. So, and it's slowly working their way. Eventually, the electronic logs are going to make it, people. It's going to make it. There's too many pockets being padded. And yes, that's how you used to be. You remember on, I can't think that early morning cart. Was Sesame Street? No, it wasn't Sesame Street. How a bill got made, you know? And you used to have to go through all the process. Nowadays, how a bill gets made is somebody passes off some dollars. You pass enough dollars and somebody's going to vote your way. And you pass off more dollars and they're going to try to get this guy to vote your way. It ain't about what's right for you and I. It ain't about justice. It's about the money. That's how our government works nowadays. It's all about the money. That's how I think. So anyway, it's made one more hurdle. It has just cleared one more hurdle. We'll see what happens with the next batch. Alright, remember, God loves you and so do I. Even if our government don't, I still love you. Y'all have a good evening. Good night.